Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm taking the
Bow, bow.
Brittany Broski approach to podcast, to podcast vibes because I took the day off work today.
Fuck yeah.
Because I had the worst day ever yesterday.
Ever? I don't know. You've had a couple of bad ones, dude.
Yeah, I've had a couple of bad ones. It probably wasn't the worst one ever, but I did have a bad day yesterday at work specifically. Thank you. And I just needed a break from these men specifically. None of the women have made me mad in months. The last time I had a legitimate problem with a woman in the workplace that we were able to work out was forever ago. And every man that talked to me yesterday made me mad. So I just needed a 24-hour period. None of you talk to me. None of you need something from me. Leave me alone. So I've been rotting all day. Had a rot day today.
Yeah. Big fan. Big rot guy.
I was like, I'm not going to do my hair or my makeup to talk to a podcast. I'm just going to look the way I look, and it's going to be what it's going to be, and that's it. The end.
Same. I'm being very brave today by also not wearing makeup.
By looking the way you always look.
Yeah. You're getting the real Eli today, guys.
Oh, God.
Fucking buckle up. Oh, my God. Well, glad to see you're alive.
Yeah, I'm fine. I also, we were supposed to record yesterday. This was coming out on a Thursday. We were supposed to record Tuesday for it to come out on Wednesday. And Tuesday night, it was after the long day. And I was like, I just cannot get myself together enough to be funny. If you've been listening to the podcast for a long amount of time, you know the break. And you've seen the conversation about mental health, which happened 2 years ago. And that it was the same feeling. But I wasn't I want to take a break from the podcast because my sense of overwhelm then was so much greater than it is now. It's not the same level at all. But on that episode, I was like, I just cannot get myself to a place of being funny. I'm not having a nice time. I'm crying in the parking lot. I woke up this morning and my eyes were swollen because I've been crying so much yesterday. Just I just couldn't do it yesterday. So, but I'm feeling a lot better today. I've only cried a little bit today.
Yeah, and thankfully the source of your discomfort, I guess, was very specific. It wasn't
it's just
the
work.
World is overwhelmed.
No.
These people.
Yeah, I need a break from all of you. You can get in contact with me Thursday morning, but today, no. I just need a break. So.
Hell yeah.
That's where I am. Let me get my phone. Hang on. Oh, wait. It's right here.
Oh.
Just kidding. Okay.
You are so prepared.
Also,
hell yeah.
I'm in my favorite pair of socks.
Do we have...
So that makes me happy. I love these.
It's the little things.
I've had them for 6 years, so I can feel the floor through them. They don't really do anything, but I like them.
It's the worst
and I'm wearing
kind
my
of
Brittany
sock.
Broski hoodie from her first round of merch that she doesn't sell anymore. It says
Nice.
"Hi, sir" on it.
Nice.
So, feeling good. Not really, but I'm feeling what I'm feeling. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I'm ready to go, dude.
Okay, here we go. I just want to see how long you're going to hold that face. Okay, for real. Welcome back to the Pyramid, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. My name is Amanda, and I am your host every single freaking week, except for the weeks that I'm not.
And I'm Eli, the dipshit participation trophy of co-hosts.
Slay. Very exciting. Did you see the thumbnail? Last week's episode was so funny. It's the whole time was, but the end was really funny.
Yeah.
And also the thumbnail of us doing this at each other was very funny. Yeah, I had a good time last week.
It's the first time for everything.
So true. I've never had fun on this podcast a day in my life. That's so true.
You imagine?
Wait a second.
What are you doing? It's very soft.
Hang on.
I think I'm very soft. I think you've spiked
something that you're probably historically very familiar with.
No! Oh. I just face first. Oh, that was loud. Damn. Look at that one.
Well, you were screaming. Okay, sorry if I just threw off your groove, dear listener, from the volume being so soft. But I think
I would kick you out of my temple.
Okay.
Threw off my groove.
Do you have... I'm sorry, sir, but you've thrown off the Emperor's groove.
Beware the groove.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to talk about before we start? I thought of another time that I think about The Incredibles, like in my actual day-to-day life.
The more the merrier.
Because I work in events, I'm always checking, like time before the event starts or time before people start coming in or whatever, and what can I get done before insert arbitrary time here. And every time that I'm like, I have more time on my hands.
I've still got time.
Every time, I've still got time.
I've still got time.
Mr. Incredible, I've still got time. I think about that specific moment all the time.
I do too. I do too.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about before we start talking about our pyramids of life?
Nope.
Bruh. The gremlin Rachel has moved in. She's currently outside. She's going to come in at some point and she's going to be like, I'm sorry. And she's going to
the loudest
upstairs.
Trying to be quiet ever. She's like, excuse me, sorry.
The loudest of anything ever is the best.
Rachel.
Yeah, she said she needs to like really like lock in and focus and set up her room, and she said that she was going to use this like the 2 hours that it takes us to record an episode as like, because we're doing something downstairs, she can't come downstairs, so it's going to force her to be in her room to get her room set up. Where is she? Outside.
Straight up not doing that.
Straight up not doing what she said she was going to do, and we love her for it. You want to talk about your pyramid of life?
I will introduce you to my bottom. The bottom.
I wish you wouldn't, but keep going, I guess.
All right, then we'll do the pyramid instead. The bottom of my pyramid is the wealth gap.
Okay, damn.
Normally,
starting on a really light note.
I was gonna say my pyramids are often very lighthearted and fun.
Sure.
So I went on vacation. My pyramid is going to be about the trip I took this weekend. Addison and I went to Miami.
You got some sun, I see.
We'll talk more about that. The staggering level of wealth that is present in Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
Specifically near like South Beach and stuff like that. Like if you go, there are like a couple neighborhoods where these have to be legitimate billionaires that live there.
Yeah.
There are like, they've got like, I'd say like 60 yards wide, probably more, of just like these carved hedges with these wrought iron gates, like right on the street.
Topiaries.
But as soon as you go through those gates, there's this massive like courtyard with a fountain in it, and then there's these like curved stairs that lead up to the front door, and the house itself is like 100 yards wide and like another 50 yards both this way, so it's in like the shape of a U. Is it like
Brentwood, or is it worse?
Oh, it might be worse than Brentwood. It's unbelievable. Brentwood's
pretty bad.
Tens of millionaires, maybe a few like 100 millionaires. No, these are legit billionaires that live there. And with like multiple Bentleys parked in the front, and this is like staggering levels of wealth. It's fucking crazy.
And you work in a nonprofit.
I do.
For people who can't afford to eat food.
Exactly. But like 3 blocks down away from that, there are some unhoused folks like standing on a corner. And in front of like on the street that these houses, I don't even want to say how, I'd say palaces.
McMansions.
Exist. These are not McMansions. These are legit.
Mansion.
These are legit. I've never seen anything like it kinds of houses. And like a few blocks down, just past the anti-homeless architecture where like there are benches with multiple armrests. The things on the ground
and
Yep, all that stuff.
Anti-homeless architecture is the thing that once you know what it is, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, I see it everywhere.
It makes me so mad, dude.
Insane. And just before you get to like one of the Trump hotels that exist in Miami, right between, they're like, there's like a soup kitchen or whatever, like kind of near, or like people lined up outside of a church that clearly need like help and stuff. And it's just like, I truly don't understand how you can exist with that much money and not feel overwhelming shame. I don't understand how you can live with yourself and that your net worth starts with a B.
Yeah.
And you drive past that every day.
Yeah.
You have the wherewithal to solve this problem. You can do it.
Or even something.
I don't care about something. Fuck something. Incrementalism is how we've gotten where we are right now. I don't want you to do something. You and your idiot buddies that live on that street can solve the problems around you.
Yeah.
You would be heroes. They would erect statues of you in the town square. They will name streets and buildings and libraries after you. They'll name a fucking college after you. You can solve every problem that exists, and you choose not to. Every single day that you continue to drive past the homeless people, that you continue to donate to whatever shitty fucking
the
causes.
NRA or whatever.
Yeah, the NRA
the
or
RNC.
protesting
It's the
against
same
Planned Parenthood or whatever. Like you actively are ignoring every single problem that you know for a fact exists. And all you can think about is how much stuff you have, how much wealth you can acquire, how you can take care of just the other people that look like you and that are around you. And sometimes not even that. You are the worst type of person, and I hope you die in a fire.
Fair.
That is a whole other spiel, but it should be immoral to be a billionaire. I saw on the internet.
Immoral or illegal?
Both. That I meant illegal. Sorry. Yeah. Yes, it is immoral. It should be illegal. And I think that once your net worth reaches 999 million, et cetera, et cetera. I saw this on the internet one time that once you get there, you get a little trophy that says, I won capitalism. And every penny that you make over that amount gets donated to various nonprofits.
Elizabeth Warren, who was a political candidate during the
She's a senator.
2020 election? Was it 20? When was she running? The election of
2016. When Biden,
No.
Because Biden won and Bernie and she were the next people out.
She also ran again she ran when I was a teacher.
I'm pretty sure she ran in 2016 too.
Okay, maybe she ran twice then. But I know she ran when I was a teacher because I had one of her stickers on my school-issued laptop.
She was my gal.
Her presidency, or her candidacy. But she had this, thing that she used to say a lot where one of her ideas for policy was, for, wealth control was, I think the cap was $2 billion, and her, fun tagline was, we'll give you the first one for free. You can have your first $1 billion for free, and very, tongue-in-cheek, everyone's got $1 billion. We'll give you your first one for free.
Yeah.
The second one is taxed. That was and I think about, whenever anybody talks about the billionaire issue, I always think about that.
Yeah.
I thought that was so smart of her to frame it that way.
Every problem that exists in America can be solved if billionaires aren't allowed to exist. Every single one.
And not kill them, just keep them from being billionaires.
Oh, I think kill them.
I think some of them, the world would be a lot healthier and
All
a lot
of them.
cleaner.
Every last one.
You mean Selena Gomez too?
Yep.
Damn, that's crazy.
If you told her being a billionaire was no longer allowed, though, she'd give it away. She would get under the B mark.
Yeah, that's true.
Other people, most billionaires would fight it. They would all fight it.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I'm assigning morality to people I don't know, legitimate celebrities. I don't know these fucking people. Who knows? But I would think that people who are billionaires, who are met with the decision of either get underneath the B mark and become just a multimillionaire.
Yeah, only worth $900 million.
Would probably be fine with that. Because the thing that always cooks my grits is that people like Jeff Bezos and even people like Selena Gomez now, you will never, no matter what activity you participate in or what hobby or what investment or whatever, no matter what you do, you will never be able to spend all that money.
Nope.
Ever. That money will outlive you. Because you will never be able to spend it all in your lifetime.
Warren Buffett has been, quote unquote,
give it away.
Trying to give it away for 10 years, and he's now $2 billion richer than he was.
Yeah,
and his full-time job now is trying to give money away, and he can't do it.
Because capitalism rewards rich people. It doesn't reward poor people.
No. Yeah, I don't. You do not become a billionaire if you're a good person. That's just how it is. I'll say that straight to Taylor Swift. I'll make some enemies on this podcast.
That's fine. I've made $1 million.
I understand there's a difference in having assets that are worth blah, 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 whatever. If you have $1 billion, you're a bad person. You can tell her I said that. Someone clip this and send it to Taylor Swift.
That's just what Taylor Swift needs, is another white man hating her.
Oh, yeah.
Telling her she's too successful. My bottom of the pyramid... And I'm also going to join you in making some enemies. My bottom of the pyramid is a book that I read that is so fucking bad. And everyone on the internet loves it.
Oh, yes.
It is a book called Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Which, as a
I don't know
side
this
note,
book.
her last name is spelled Yarros, and
how
every
I do.
time I saw it, I thought it was Yabos, Yabbos.
Like
I was
boobs.
yeah, no, Rebecca Yarros.
Rebecca Boobs.
She can catch these hands. Fourth,
She can
and I
catch these
don't know
tits.
what the hell you TikTok book bitches are on. That book is objectively awful. That book is bad. That book is like if you got onto an AI program and asked AI to write a fantasy novel. There are like 17 things happening. None of them make sense. And in the end, I'm supposed to be like really invested in a romantic dynamic. Romantic
Sure.
dynamic between your two lead characters, and I don't like either one of them, and I sure as shit don't like them together. They are both annoying. I also, and this is just a personal preference, and I understand that, I loathe the literary trope of emotionally unavailable man
Oh, every time.
is convinced by sweethearted, strong female main character, and then they fall in love. I hate that. I personally...
Because you can change a man. That's
and
what it's
you,
rooted in.
You literally can't. You can't change a shitbag man. You just can't. Because he's a shitbag. That's like, it's a circle. You just can't change a shitbag man because he sucks and he won't change. But like, to me, it reminds me of like, when I would watch like animated movies as like a little kid and do the unrealistic body expectation thing of like, oh, my body is supposed to look like the cartoons, and like obviously no, it's not. That's a cartoon. This like bullshit literary device, I think, does something similar to young women, young adults.
Absolutely.
Stop reading the fantasy smut where the man is a piece of shit and then also like doesn't understand why he cares about a woman. That's crazy to me.
That's sociopathic behavior.
Like, you don't know why you're falling in love with her, and yet you are, and there's just something about her that you can't describe. That's so annoying to me.
You should be able to describe what you love about your partner so easily.
Are you kidding? And also,
give me 15 minutes. I'll go off about Addison.
You don't like fall in love with the person, gun against your head against your will.
Right.
Like, you paid attention to this person. You noticed this person. You fed into interactions with this person, got to know them, and fell in love organically. I hate this, like, there's just something about her. I don't know. Shut the hell up.
It's not supposed to work, but somehow yeah.
No, it doesn't. Hang on.
You know what's...
Man, I need to get rid of this pillow.
Yeah, we're sipping our haterade today.
It's just like, it just gets on my nerves. And then for people to be like, oh, like, you're like the male character or the main dude is like so hot and
Other way.
So hot and so gorgeous and blah 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 whatever, and he's my book boyfriend. You need to break up with your book boyfriend. I don't know who needs to hear this. Break up with your book boyfriend if he's an emotionally unavailable piece of shit. Stop reading those books. Get that shit out of your head. Go outside and touch some grass. Y'all bitches are just as bad as like the gross gremlin Reddit freaks in their mom's basement. Y'all are doing the same thing, but you're making it books instead of the internet and saying that you're smarter. Stop it. That book is so fucking bad. And I finished it because I'm in a book club, and I don't want to go to book club not having finished the book. But if I wasn't in book club, page 100, putting that shit down. The female main character gets on my nerves, and the man sucks. Putting it down.
Want you to go to book club with this energy.
I'll tell them too. I will. These are all my actual real life friends. I will tell all of them. I don't know how and they're all smart. Like, I know some of them love this book, and maybe I'm just dumb. I said this we were talking about the album Sweetener by Ariana Grande. Maybe I just don't get it and I'm dumb. But plenty of intelligent women love this book. Plenty of intelligent women love Sweetener. Sorry, I'm getting so emotional. I'm getting gassy.
Do you think it's the Diet Coke that you have over there?
Yes. Just maybe explain it to me. Maybe I just don't get it. Maybe it's just not for me and I'm too dumb. But your female main character fucking sucks. Your main dude character is like dealing with emotional trauma. Let it rock. You know what I mean? Let him do his thing. He's figured out how to like survive in this very grueling system. Let him do his thing. Like, he doesn't need to fall in love with somebody to be fulfilled as a person. Let him do his thing by himself.
Ooh.
But no, they have to fall in love. And they fucking suck. I don't like them separately. I don't like them together. That book is dumb, and all of you bitches can catch these hands.
That was fantastic.
Thank
That was a couple of good bottoms.
I mean,
people have said that about us for a while, though.
That's usually the first thing that people say about us is that we're a couple of good bottoms.
Just caked up for real.
Right here. What's your middle of the pyramid, bro?
My middle of the pyramid, we're going to keep on the theme of me being out of town for the weekend. It's coming back to work from vacation.
You've definitely talked about it before, but speak on it again.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
Yeah. I was out Thursday, Friday, and Monday, and I came back to only 45 emails, but they were all not just like, hey, FYI things. It was just like,
action
this
items.
requires action, and it's several steps for each of these. You have to go and fill out a form. You have to call a person at another organization and file a thing and blah, blah, blah. It was a lot of that, and I spent all Tuesday morning like dealing with these emails, just cranking through. I'm running all over the office. I'm talking to people. You bet you, dude. It's like a montage in a terrible drama where I'm just like fucking I'm solving every problem. And I get back to my computer for lunch and I was like, man, what a morning. 54 emails. How do I have more? How do I now have more emails? So dumb. And so it's the middle of the pyramid because like it's great to be like back in rhythm and everything.
Sure.
And like
You love routine.
I love routine. I love my coworkers. They're all so great. Shout out to Girl Lunch. But coming back to just a mountain of work. Oh, and I forgot to set my out of office email, my auto respond email. So like people are thinking that I'm ignoring them, and that's on me, dog. I mean,
yeah,
I've never done that, but I should. So
I do. I love putting that little slapping on the vacation response. I'm all about that.
I just hate. Here's why I don't is because when I send an email, like there's a little icon next to the recipient's name that says out of office. Like I already know.
Yeah. Like, oh, good to know.
And then
that in my brain.
And then it just clogs. Excuse me. Oh, I pulled an Amanda. That just like clogs my inbox.
Yeah.
With like yet another email. It's like, hey, I'm out of town. Like I know. Just get back to me whenever you can.
Sorry to bother you with my friendship.
Yeah. Well, and so I don't want other people to feel that about me, which is why I don't like setting out of office.
That makes sense. I do it all the time. I want people to know I'm not in the office. I want them bitches to know I am not present.
I want to be a mystery. I want them to wonder, where's Eli? Have we seen him today?
Does he hate us maybe?
Is he dodging us?
What's going on? Is he looking for a new job? Maybe we should value him more and give him a raise.
Is he hiding in a closet, perhaps?
Is he in one of these big cardboard boxes of packeted dry food?
Yes.
He's just waiting for someone to walk by, then he go, on Ellen.
Yeah, I just throw candies at them and pretend I'm not hiding behind it.
You jump up from all the packets of like taco seasoning and ranch dressing. It's like,
what's your middle?
The middle of my pyramid is the Wicked movie. I don't know how we haven't talked about this yet on the podcast.
I haven't seen it, for the record.
It hasn't come out yet, for the record.
Oh.
It's just been trailers and stuff.
Oh, I've just seen like that's the one with Ariana Grande.
Yes.
Fuck that billionaire.
She's not a billionaire. There's not that many
or Selena Gomez.
There's not that many for real billionaires in the world.
There's enough. There's too many.
Yeah. I'm just saying that there's not as many as there are super millionaires. Ariana Grande is not a billionaire. She's a millionaire.
I'm Googling this.
And that's different than her net worth. I'm talking about like assets that she has acquired, annual income type shit, not her worth, because that's based on nothing.
There are 2,800 billionaires in the world.
Yeah, that's not the thing about how many people in the world there are.
A combined net worth of 14 trillion with a T.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying there aren't as many as there are multimillionaires.
Every problem. Every single one. $14 trillion. Let's just get rid of all of them.
Thank you, liberal king. Can I keep talking about the Wicked movie?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm a little nervy about it, which is why it's in the middle, because theater kids are so fucking annoying. And as a retired former professional theater kid, I can say that. Y'all bitches are annoying. And listen, love you, long-time bestie, hard hand emoji for life, K-pop hearts, love you. Y'all are annoying as hell. And so I want to go to midnight premiere style.
We are making enemies today.
That's okay. That's fine. I've been making enemies on this podcast since day one. I don't care.
That's true.
Speaking of enemies, we have some emails to read. None of them are bad. I just remembered. Usually the enemies are sliding into the DMs.
Sure.
So when you said enemies, made me think of emails.
Oh, that one a week ago was so fucking hilarious.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh my God,
But anyway, I'm just nervous that it's going to be like, I don't know, everyone has an opinion about everything, and everyone, in theater specifically, there's this idea that, like, theater is, like, high art because it's the culmination of all the arts. You have singing, acting, dancing, and then you have visual art in, like, costuming, lighting, set. Like, it's all of these things together, and so theater is, like, the apex of art because it's all of them combined. And so and then when you add movie on top of it, that's another art form. Like, it's just so much. And so theater people can really shoot someone's career into infamy forever. See Lin-Manuel Miranda, right? Sure. That man is good for the rest of his life.
Yep.
But, like, which his family is billionaires in another country, so you can hate them. But
already do.
But also they can ruin something because they hate something, and then it's like not something that's enjoyable anymore. See, like the Dear Evan Hansen movie, that never needed to happen, and it was awful. But because theater kids were so feral for it, they did it, and it was bad. The Mean Girls movie was like similar. Like we didn't need to do this. Like the Mean Girls movie musical, not the original movie that's actually based, not the source material, but the filmed musical. That didn't need to happen. It just didn't need to happen. And it wasn't that good.
Mean Girls was good, though. The original movie.
True. And the musical's very good. But it could have stopped there. That could have been it.
Dang.
But no, the theater kids demanded something else. And, like, also...
The theater kids have spoken.
It's, like... It's one of these things, too, that's, like... You're...
I told you.
You're okay. It's okay.
Yeah, the loudest attempting to be quiet of all time.
Do you want me to blur out your face?
That was the creakiest fine. Door I've ever heard. Actually, Amanda, that one's on you.
Yeah, I know.
Go get your door, dog. You what now? Oh, you set off the alarm?
The first time she was here, she set off the, like, call the cops, like, like the loud ass alarm. And she forgot the code, and so she got me out of bed. She's like, Amanda, I hear it. And I was like, Rachel, it's gonna call the cops. And she was like, I know, I just can't remember what the code is.
I grew up with free-range parents.
Wait, free-range parents?
Your parents raised you as a free-range child.
I was gonna say, what are you, chicken?
She is.
But my mom had 2 rules. Don't drink actually 3. Don't drink the last sun drop.
Sure.
Don't smoke her cigarettes.
Don't hide her cigarettes.
Oh.
This was before I smoked. And
don't wake her up. Yeah.
Don't wake her up.
So Rachel's panicking.
Don't hide her cigarettes.
Don't drink the last sun drop. Yeah.
So perfect. Those are 3 good household rules, I think.
Fair. But anyway, it's just like people with theater stuff and people with like any art form, they are so committed and so in love with what that fill in the blank thing means to them.
Sure.
That when it's then replicated or reproduced or whatever, they get so attached to it. And it's like, well, that's not who Glinda really is. Glinda's fictional. So I don't know why we're having a conversation about who she really is. That doesn't make any sense. And also the musical is based off of a book. And the book is fucking crazy as hell. And the book was based off of another movie from the 40s. So like, what are we doing? I think it's going to be really good. The music and the trailers have been really promising. So I hope it's really good. But I'm so nervous that theater kids are going to ruin what could be a very cool thing like they have in the past.
Sure. I can dig that.
What's the top of your pyramid, bro?
Top of my pyramid was just like the weekend in Miami. Like, as many people in the States will know, there was a horrible hurricane.
Oh, yeah. Why did you go down there if there was a hurricane?
Because the hurricane came up this way, and Miami was absolutely gorgeous the entire weekend. Mid-80s, almost not a cloud in the sky, light breeze, delightful.
Love that.
Yeah, the flight in there was kind of crazy. Like, as we were landing,
the Miami airport is inherently
it was just like super windy, and we were like skidding going in. Yes. Thankfully, Addison was asleep, or else she would have had a heart attack. But once we actually got there, like, it was just such a great trip. We had some great food. Addison's niece came with us. Her 15-year-old niece came by. And like got to have like a vacation with us, and it was like really sweet. So she and I got to bond. Addison and I got to spend some really great time together.
Love that.
Yeah, it was just like a really great. It was refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
It was just awesome, man.
I love that.
And the whole time I was texting like people here, and there's like, yeah, it's been cloudy and rainy all day. I'm like, I'm on the beach for the third day in a row.
Like, well, I can't relate
I have
to
a
that
pina
struggle.
colada in my hand.
Yeah.
I'm just watching my work group text blow up, and I'm just like, do not disturb.
Yeah.
What up?
Fair enough. The top of my pyramid was also my weekend, but my weekend was here.
Also Miami is just like really pretty. Sorry.
Also true.
Yeah,
That's
like,
also true.
well, there are parts that are not, but like the wealthy parts and stuff with all the palm trees and like how it's like laid out and everything.
It was beautiful.
And the beach, so
Minus
great.
the billionaires, but it is beautiful.
Yeah, fuck the billionaires, but everyone else is cool.
My weekend here, I got to do something very, very cool. That was a perk of my job. We had a client who was setting up that we were like doing something for. I'm trying to keep this as vague as possible so I don't get in trouble. But
Okay.
like we were doing something for someone, for a client, at the Pilgrimage Fest here,
Okay.
which is a music festival.
Yep.
That's like indie music. Noah Kahn, Hosier were both headlining. Dave Matthews Band was there. Coin was there. Like indie stuff. And so I got to go twice for work for 2 setup days. And so the festival was Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
So we did the setup at the ass crack of dawn. I got to Franklin, Tennessee at 5 a.m.
No.
in the cold rain to finish the setup. And I was like, I'm just trying to do my job. I'm trying to help out my team, whatever. And then I got home at like 1 maybe, like that afternoon. And I was like, took a shower, went to bed, whatever. And then the client texted me and she said, hey, I have 2 tickets to tomorrow. Do you want them? And I was like, absolutely I do.
Yeah.
Then I went to, and Noah Kahn was the headliner that night. And
Nice.
and Need to Breathe, which was a band that I used to listen to in high school.
I know who they are.
I loved them in high school. They were the Christian response to Mumford & Sons.
Sure.
I was all over that shit in high school. They're not Christian anymore, which is great. Even if they were, that'd be fine. But it's great because they're not. And so then I went to pick up the tickets. Bitch, they were not 2 free tickets. They were 2 free VIP tickets.
I knew you were going to say
with parking on the farm, on site.
Beautiful.
Free. So I immediately called my bestie Emily, who loves Noah Kahn, and I was like, are you busy tomorrow? And she was like, no. And I was like, we're going to Pilgrimage Fest for free. She was like, okay, sounds good. So
I'm in.
Yeah, we stood the mud up to your ankles. There were several times I put my foot in the mud and it went into the mud, and I pulled my foot up and my boot came off. Like, it was muddy as shit. Standing out in the rain, screaming the words to Homesick, and it was like the best night ever. Because I was like, I'm never gonna get to do. When am I ever gonna get to do that again? Unless we work for a similar client in Pilgrimage Fest next year. That's a once in a lifetime kind of thing. So it was so fucking fun, and it happened so quick because she texted me Saturday night. And she was like, "Your tickets for tomorrow," and I was like, "All right, sounds good."
I love stuff like that.
It was awesome.
A buddy of mine, like, just gave me a ticket to the Titans game with him, like, and one of our other best friends as well. He was just like the day before, like, hey, we all want to go to the Titans game tomorrow. We're like, yeah, I could go. He's like, great, I got 2 free tickets. Let's go.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff. Okay.
Emails.
So we have 3 emails.
Three mails?
3 mails.
Oh, that's too many.
Starting with the first one. I'm going to go through these kind of quick.
Okay.
Not that I don't love you, because I do. K-pop heart hands. However, we're on a time crunch. Okay, this one's from Alyssa once again. She says, hi, Amanda and Eli. Thank you so much for your advice on my last email about becoming and being a teacher. I really appreciate it. Love how open and honest you guys are about your life experiences and what you've learned. It's inspiring. Slay.
Thank you.
I want to be on the map that Melissa emailed about last week. She says that she's from New York. She goes to school in Delaware. Okay. So that's, Brazil, New York, Delaware. Love that. Let's see. Unrelated, are you guys going to do... Are you guys Dancing with the Stars fans? I watch every week and I love the show. If you do, what are your thoughts? If you don't, you should. Would love to see some of the dance moms cast as stars on the show like JoJo Siwa did with... JoJo Siwa was on Dancing with the Stars. Yeah, and then Mackenzie was on Dancing with the Stars Jr. I
need to see Jill on there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and her fuck-ass fedora on Dancing with the Stars.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. She says, I signed my first apartment lease for next year, and I'm super excited about it, but I'm also nervous, and I have a roommate, and she's great. But what advice do you have about making a house a home? Cook on that. Let me finish this email. Cook on that.
Okay.
Anyway, hope you don't get sick of me because I love writing to you guys now that I'm caught up and I love listening to the podcast. Don't you fucking... If you break that table...
It's fine.
I will literally destroy your life.
It's fine.
I'll tweet your address.
It's fine.
Don't break that table. Oh, now that I'm caught up and I love listening to the podcast every week, I hope I can eventually earn the title of Bestie of the Pod. Goals. So here's my latest pyramid. Bottom of the pyramid, Newark, Delaware water. I need Poland Spring water bottles in my dorm room because the water tastes like ass.
Ugh.
Middle of the pyramid is shopping. Love to update my wardrobe. Hate to spend the money.
Yeah, girl.
That's real as fuck.
Telling me.
And then top of the pyramid, bitch, you better get into it. Diet Coke. I'm addicted to it. And then she says, Tony, hit me up with that discount. Or if you need models for Diet Coke commercials, I'm your girl. Tony, also same. Keep slaying XOXO.
That's amazing.
What advice do you have for making a house a home, Eli?
So I may not be the best person to ask. I do not. I would say my house feels like a home because of my dog. But
what a dumbass answer. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You seen this shit? Yeah, I don't have great advice. I don't know.
Come on, how do you make a house a home? What the fuck you mean you don't know? You've been living in your crib for what, 5 years?
Yeah.
6?
What about it looks different to you after those 5 years?
No. I mean, like, how do you feel different? Like, what do you do, like, internally? She's not talking about decor. She's not asking for your interior design opinion. She's asking, like heart-wise, how do you feel like your house is not a house, but your house is a home?
That's actually, I don't know, because I don't know that, like, I don't feel like this attachment to my house, because that's not the house I'm going to live in forever.
What?
I don't feel like
attached
this.
to your house?
No, not really. It's fine.
Eli...
It doesn't have a. It doesn't
Eli's
have a,
not that girl. Also,
it doesn't have a yard.
I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. When we're talking about feelings, Eli's not a feelings girl. It's not that Eli's not empathetic, and it's not that Eli doesn't have a heart. It's when it comes to things like nostalgia.
That's not true. I feel a great deal of nostalgia.
Okay, but you don't feel.
I just don't feel an attachment.
It's
I
different.
feel incredibly deeply, but not about my house.
Okay, whatever.
It's just a fucking house. I don't know. Buy some nice. Look at all the colors all over Amanda's place.
Yeah, y'all don't even know the half
there's,
of it.
There's pillows.
They can't even see all of what we're looking at.
Can they see that up there?
No.
The
shelf.
Imagine what that up there might be.
Right in. We're standing by.
Yeah, there's just like Amanda has done a really good job of putting a personal touch on it.
Yeah.
She has like splashes of color all over the place because she just kind of wanted them there. Mm-hmm. I don't know that you have
decorating based on vibes.
Yeah, you didn't have like this grand, perfect vision. No, she just put stuff where she wanted it to go. She threw paint up where she wanted it to go, and it looks great. And this house feels very homey. It feels very you.
Thank you.
And so, I think that. I assume if you're just in college and you're finally getting your first place, you're like 19, 20, 21, something like that.
She's still in college.
This is a good time to figure out that answer for you.
Yeah.
And that doesn't I would actually say don't necessarily copy what other people are doing. Just try some shit. Like if you're walking through Target or whatever and you see like this fuzzy cat pillow and you're just like, okay, it's not like the most stylish thing in the world, but I love that pillow. Get the pillow, absolutely. That I think will help it feel more like a home to you when you have things that aren't necessarily like the most chic or the most up to date or whatever, but they're just like it's just shit you like.
Yeah,
it's comfy and it's stuff that you like looking at.
Yeah, so. To piggyback directly off of that, there's a designer named Betsy Johnson who's pretty famous. She does a lot of stuff that like she's not like a super elite bazillion-dollar designer. She designs a lot of stuff that that's in department stores. She's like a very like accessible designer. She has a quote where she says, "Buy what you love to look at."
Yeah.
When she's talking about decorating, because her house looks awesome, and she's like, "My house is full of things I like to look at." And it doesn't matter if they all match. What they have in common is that I like them. And that's the commonality in style. I like looking at them. That's what the theme is, that my aesthetic of my house is I bought things to put in it that I like to look at.
I will answer a little more directly. I love something that you have and that I also have. a very visible bookshelf. You have 2. And I love when there's kind of an excess of blankets.
Yeah.
A house feels very homey to me if there's just kind of blankets everywhere. I have a blanket ladder. There's
True.
like, you can have like chests with blankets. There's like 3 blankets that are 5 visible blankets in this room right now. Like draped over the side of a couch. Like I feel so much cozier when there's just a blanket nearby. Even if you don't use it, it's just like
Even
nice
if it's the
that
summer,
it's there.
it adds texture to the space.
Texture, color. Yes.
I would also say, like, the best piece of advice I got when I bought my house, because I was so scared about how to make my house a home, because it was just totally empty and I was by myself, I immediately started having people over. And it didn't matter what the state of it was. It didn't matter if I liked how the house looked. It didn't matter. The day that I bought my house, the day I signed the paperwork, that evening, my friends came over and we sat on this rug and we ate pizza in a completely empty house. Immediately started making memories in it.
That's a great move.
And the decor and stuff has moved and changed and looks different, but like immediately filling your house with a and I'm not saying even with other people, but like have a memory in that house that you really appreciate. And if that involves other people, that's great. If it's just you and you just like have a moment of like introspection and gratitude for the safety of having your first place, that's fine. But start making those memories really quickly. And that is what to me makes a house a home, is like the people and the love and that kind of stuff.
I love that.
Okay. Moving on to the next email. This is from a listener named Megan.
Okay.
Megan says, "Hi, I was listening to this week's episode. I'm listening to this week's episode right now, and I was watching it on Spotify, and I noticed something. Eli talked a lot of shit about not knowing. Eli talked a lot of shit about not knowing about the children's book that I was referring to, Miss Piccolo's Easy Chair, with the one that eats all the cheese puffs. And you're like, I don't know what that book is. Yeah. Also, my sister was listening to it, and she texted me. She was like, Miss Piccolo's Easy Chair. Oh my god! And she's like, how does Eli not know that book? And I was like, I know, it's literally so tragic. She said that you were doing something, acting like we wouldn't notice the cheese curl looking pillow next to him so that the couch wouldn't eat him. So she's saying the reason why the couch isn't eating you is because you're holding onto the cheese curl. So it doesn't want you. It says, and then he goes on to act like he had no idea what you were talking about. So rude. How do you even put up with this?
It's my shield.
Also, I misheard you at first and thought that the hungry chair was eating cheese curds, and I assumed it was some weird Canadian book for a hot second. Okay, love you, bye. And then she attaches this picture where you have your arm around the cheese, the pillow in question.
It's just right there. Just keep it close by. Oh, what? Cheese
so
curd? Well, I don't know what those are.
Yeah, that's so weird. Brings pillow closer. Okay, and then
Thank you for your email, Megan.
Thank you for your email. And then this one comes from Bestie of the Pod, King Tony. He says, hello, Amanda and Eliana Elizabeth Marie. I've got some info on the open call audition shenanigans that Abby did. Remember we were talking about the open call last week.
And the week before.
Yeah, but last week it takes place in the theater where it
starts actually
competition
happening.
Yes.
Happened, yes.
I've got some info. In the episodes leading up to the open calls, she tells the girls and the moms that she's replacing everyone except Maddie, but she's not actually replacing anyone from the team. He says the open calls were actually to build the select ensemble team, which is going to come up later, and then that team will disappear. So the like weird what's going on shenanigans, it's weird because it doesn't affect them.
It's not the competition.
It's not going to. It's going to affect a different team that will show up later on in the season, and then that team will disappear. So it's even weirder.
Alrighty.
Than we knew. The bottom of Tony's pyramid is Abby's obsession over Maddie, specifically on the show. Yeah. True. It's so gross, disgusting, and obnoxious. And like Amanda has said in previous episodes, a lady in her 40s, Abby's definitely older than 40, should not want to be a 10-year-old child, especially as a dance teacher in relation to one of her students. True. The middle of the pyramid is the new Dance Mom show that's on Hulu. I haven't watched it. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't want to. It looks bad, so I haven't watched it. Based on just the first 5 episodes so far, I think the drama between the moms is more external from the studio, and it's super forced, and the routines also are not as creative. And at the top of the pyramid for him is a piece of music from a composer that he really likes, whose name I can't pronounce. He says it's more from the perspective of Telemachus and Athena, compared to the previous sagas that were from the perspective of Odysseus and his crew. What I love about the Wisdom Saga is that the Ocean, Circe, Underworld, and Thunder sagas are shortly referenced in the song Love in Paradise, and the song Legendary uses some of the musical background from Full Speed Ahead from the Troy Saga. Okay, Tony, damn.
Yeah.
Come on, composition, damn. But my song of the week is God Games from the Wisdom Saga. I can see it being used for a good group routine.
I was really hoping that he goes on this whole long thing, and then he's like, but my song of the week is Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cindy Lauper.
By Cindy Lauper. Yeah. Love Tony, King of the Coke Employees, Bestie of the Pod, and Dance Hashira of Line 3. Slay. Thank you, Tony. I was about to
say, yeah, Lord, our God of Line 3.
Yeah. Our Lord and Savior of Line 3.
Yeah.
Tony.
Good emails, y'all. Thank you.
I love getting emails. It's my favorite part of the week sometimes. So
same.
Keep sending them in. Our email is thepyramidpodcast@gmail.com. Spelled out. It's not the Pyramid Pod. It is thepyramidpodcast@gmail.com. Wait. Isn't it?
Girl.
Okay, wait.
How long have you been doing this now?
Not that long. 20 minutes?
Fucking years.
Yeah, I'm right. Fuck you. I'm right. Thepyramidpodcast@gmail.com, bitch. That's the email. Write in. We're standing by.
We're sitting.
Are you ready to talk about this episode?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. You know why?
Why?
Because we get to talk about one of my favorite things ever in this episode. We get to take a moment to reflect on how fucking lucky we are to be alive in the same timeline as one of the greatest artists who has ever lived and taken a deep breath and graced us with her presence.
Abby Lou Miller. Yep.
Miley Cyrus.
Sure. Yeah.
We'll get to it when we get to it, but just know, listener, Eli, just know, I have openly professed my love for her on this podcast multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to get to it again because it is relevant. This isn't just me going on a tangent about some woman I love. This is like for real shit. It comes up. It's referenced. We're going to get to it.
Deal with it.
Okay. This is the story of a girl
who cried, oh shit.
Was it a river?
No, river's too much.
Do you think if it was a river that she could have drowned the whole world or no?
Yeah, but only if she looks really sad in like pictures and stuff. Photographs even.
But I personally absolutely love her.
You're trying so hard to not.
When she smiles. Okay. Anyway. Anyway, season 4, episode 4, Chloe versus Kendall round 2. The most uncreative name possible.
That's just, they're just like, we'll just put this as a placeholder.
Chloe versus Kendall part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
And then they published it. And then they're like, oh, you changed that title, right? Like, no, was I supposed to?
The first title was insert title here.
Yeah.
And then they changed it to this.
Yeah, at least they took that stuff.
Last week, just as a refresher, we have auditions, the open calls, whatever. And we also get a little clip from the last time that it was Chloe v. Kendall. And also Peyton is injured.
They're wearing boxing gloves. Chloe landed a sick right hook. Broke Kendall's nose.
Yeah, crying in the bathroom. In Pittsburgh this week, this is where we're starting. All the girls are in the mirror room. Peyton has a brace, and she's like hobbling in on crutches. Very sad. And Abby's like, great, you won the overall high score. Love that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, and then she says, did you ever hear the phrase, it's all fun and games until someone loses an eye? And she's think
it's all fun and games
on the bottom of the pyramid.
It's all fun and games until someone gets hurt.
Right. Until someone loses. And also, like, the audio is so piecemealed, cut up, hodgepodge together.
Yeah.
That she's like, congratulations on the high score. Did you ever hear the phrase, it's all fun and games until someone loses an eye? On the bottom of the pyramid. Like, the beginning is choppiana. It's very clunkalunky. We get to the Pyramid of Children with no segue, with no, like, introduction. It's
honestly,
on the bottom of the pyramid.
I love when episodes are like that, because that means whenever there's less...
It's very authentic to the times,
yes,
for sure.
But also, whenever there's less bullshit early on, it means there's probably going to be more bullshit later.
Yeah.
And they're not just trying to fill time, like, okay, yeah, we're moving right
here
along.
We go. We're cooking, yeah.
Yep.
On the bottom is Peyton. She says... You didn't have yet to admit? No. You have yet to admit that you were fooling around. There's this, like...
I mean...
Who did it? Who blah, 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 about how she fell and, like, snapped her leg in half.
Well, yeah, because...
She's been switching it up.
Yeah, she told
story.
multiple stories, which, I mean, she's 16. She also got hurt, so she, like, I don't know. She might think something happened, and then her mom was like, oh, it sounds like this. And she's like, oh, maybe that did happen. So, like, she can't get her story straight. So there maybe is that.
I mean, sure.
But also, she's telling one story, and the entire rest of the dance company, she's like, who said that, blah, blah, blah. And Abby's like, every other girl that's out here said that you were screwing around and hurt yourself. And then Leslie gets into a back and forth.
Well, but then she gets really mad, and she says, if you want to kick her out, Abby, then do it. And Abby goes, bye, you're out. And they leave, and that's it.
Yeah, which I was just like, that was fucking jarring.
It was so quick. It was like literally the first 5 minutes someone's been cut.
Yeah, which makes me think.
Ooh, and Holly was really uncomfortable, too.
It kind of makes me think that this was already decided.
Yeah.
Like, she just, like, broke her ankle. She's out for 6 weeks, and she's getting to be
There's
too
no
old
way,
anyway.
yeah.
And so they're like, let's kind of play into that, and we'll get out of your hair.
It was just, like,
Peyton
so
also,
jarring.
yeah, Peyton also was just like, all right.
Yeah, she was like, okay, bye. Yeah, there was no crying. There was no please, I'm sorry. None of that. She just, like, hobbles out.
Yeah, all right, Mom, let's go get a cherry limeade at Sonic.
Oh, I hate cherry limeade.
Not a Sonic. Whoa.
I don't like cherry thing.
Brother.
Like cherry base. It tastes like Robitussin.
Right in the Robitussie.
Like your favorite cough syrup.
I don't have a favorite cough syrup.
Young the Giant. That song is literally
I love
cherry
the
limeade.
song Cough Syrup.
It could also be the subtitle is cherry
Dude,
limeade.
you are so in the minority here with
Life's
not
too
liking
short
cherry
to
limeades.
drink a cherry limeade.
No, it is short, and so you should drink cherry limeades.
Just
Everyone, that's the poll. You want to put a poll on Instagram?
If you're on Spotify, scroll down a little bit.
On Spotify, yeah, you're gonna get wrecked in that poll, dude.
Cherry limeade, yay or nay?
It's such an easy
nay.
yay. Cherry limeades,
the most easy nay of my life.
Cherry limeades are so awesome.
Oof.
If you want to make it more of a fair fight, it would be cherry limeade or ocean water. That's a really popular Sonic beverage.
An ocean water.
But no, cherry limeade is a delicious drink.
Pass. Would not smash a cherry limeade.
I would and have.
I would not pipe. I'm not gonna lie. You're like the only person I've talked to all day. I've been home by myself, so I'm on my feral shit today.
I don't know. I walked in here. Y'all were in a pretty intense conversation.
We were talking about camping.
Yeah, you were.
I did that for you.
I know.
Your stupid little face. I know.
I'm so proud of you.
Fuck off. Okay. Abby asks the kids, like, do y'all bitches think it's okay to be messing around backstage? And they're all like,
Mackenzie's like, yes, or no.
I mean, no. And then Kelly says in her talking head that Abby's not really, she's like, not, fucking around. And she's like, it's any guess as to who's going home, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, my God.
Did you know that we're doing auditions to potentially replace children?
We're doing what?
We haven't talked about it in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, this is the first time hearing of it.
Next up is Kendall, which is wild.
I mean, is it?
But she looks at her mom, and I hated this. This, like, genuinely affected me. I actually really hated this. She looks at her mom, and Abby starts yelling at her, and she's like, don't look at your mom. And she's like, and then she looks at Jill, and she's like, your kid is out of control.
Yeah, that was insane.
And then Kendall starts crying.
Yes.
Obviously.
Your kid is out of control. Can you tell me exactly what Kendall did to be out of control?
I know. And then...
Out of control.
We get a flashback from last week that we hadn't seen up until this point. And Kendall says to Miss Abby, I have a card for you. And that my heart shattered.
So you want to know why mine didn't? Because this is Jill's bullshit.
My heart shatters for Kendall. Because even if it's her mom's bullshit, Kendall is still the one who's having to say, I have a card for you, Tweedledee across the floor to grab it and put it next to Abby's stuff.
Yeah, it
still sucks. It doesn't matter whose idea it was.
It's just all of the... I'm sorry, I'm blinded by my hatred for Jill.
Yeah.
And it's just
Jill
like...
is still a moron.
Just like trying to always give gifts and buy Abby's attention and love. And now are you going to give Miss Abby your card? And Kendall's like, I fucking guess.
I guess, dude. Nia is next.
Why?
I don't know. She doesn't get yelled at, but she just blends in.
Yeah, Abby, she literally says, you just kind of blend into the group. And I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah, and Holly smells a stunt.
And there's nothing else. Like, if she's doing what she's supposed to do, Move her up the pyramid.
Or give her real feedback. That's not blending in as a good thing.
And just
That's
talking
so
about
nothing.
And you can't just keep like talking about like, oh, your feet. Like, fuck no.
Yeah, you're just not doing good enough.
Yeah,
like, okay,
give
sick.
me something. Give me actually something.
Something helpful, maybe.
Yeah, like you're blending in, and that is a compliment. Like,
Great.
So
Sick.
why am I third from the bottom?
Because then, what's also bullshit is that the person who's next is Brooke. She, like, forgot choreo and was off the timing.
Yeah.
And, like, has lost her drive, which is way different than Nia. At least Nia and Brooke should be swapped.
At the very
least.
That's what I thought,
Brooke
too.
forgot choreography, and she's higher than Nia?
Yeah, Nia's doing everything she's supposed to do.
Girl.
What are we doing here?
Girl, that's
being
crazy.
racist is what we're doing.
Yeah, true.
Which is even more obvious because Abby hates the Highland girls.
What do you mean? Oh, the racism is more obvious
Yes.
because she had
Nia is lower than a girl
Nia's
that
worse
you
than her
despise.
open op. Yeah, exactly. The middle of the pyramid, the first one up is Chloe. Abby brings up the switching of the order from 2 weeks ago, like the order of the solos again. And Chloe says now that she asked to go last so that she could see the competition.
Abby accused her of that, and then Chloe said, I just asked what the order was. She's like, of course I want to go last.
I don't know why it matters.
But she didn't ask to go last. She said, I just wanted to know what the order was. And Abby, like, accuses her of
being sneaky,
finagling, and whatever. I just don't care.
Paige is next. Abby says she has a good face, but and that she outdanced other girls.
Yeah.
Which is good.
That's good. Yeah. Yay for a Highland girl not getting stabbed during the pyramid.
True. And then Mackenzie, I have in my notes, she's nervous. Do you have anything different for that? I don't know what that means.
Actually, the first like 2 paragraphs of my notes somehow got deleted, so I'm kind of freeballing until the group rehearsal.
The top of the pyramid, you guessed it, is Maddie.
Actually, Nia again. Just kidding.
I wish. But then Abby says, I'm looking for more than winning. You need to dance like it's the last time you're ever going to dance. I would like another shameless promo for our episode of Sounds Like a Cult. The cold open to that episode is me talking about the logical fallacy of moving the goalpost, and I don't want to hear a damn thing from you about any sort of phallic anything about the phrase logical fallacy. I had a feeling you were going to go somewhere about that, about your penis. No.
I honestly
I'm talking about
was nowhere close.
Good. Of course not. You know what I mean?
That was you. That was your fault.
Yeah, whatever. My cold open for that episode is saying, like, Abby does this thing where she moves the goalpost.
And so you can never actually...
Yeah, it's not enough to win. You have to win by a better margin. Or you have to whatever. But winning, which is the thing that she always says is what she wants, when you get to be the winner, it's still not good enough for an, up until that point, unnamed, undetermined reason. And that's horseshit. That sucks.
Burp.
Sorry, it's my Diet Coke. This week we're going to Roanoke, Virginia, and we hear that the candy apples are also going to be there. I hope they come back.
First of all, I've been to Roanoke before.
Did you get lost?
Did
you
went
come back?
there.
Because Roanoke's where the Lost Colony is.
I know.
Or was.
Yeah, allegedly. No, I went there for the most low-budget wedding I've ever been to in my life. Which, like, honestly, like... it's about love.
Not the low budget love.
I don't care. It was in so the person was a teacher at an elementary school, like this tiny little elementary school. They did it in one of the classrooms.
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
I guess.
I went to a wedding recently.
People showed up in cargo shorts and stuff. Oof. And like again, it's about the love, and that's great, but it was just very, very weird. Because like the weddings that I've been to, like all my friends have gotten married have been like legit baller weddings. Did you see pictures from Patrick and Leah's?
Yeah. Are you married at Clementine?
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And the venue
was also beautiful.
Oh, they both clean up nice. Don't worry.
So true. Literally so true.
I was just
the phrase
talking about
cargo
Patrick's...
shorts really makes my stomach hurt.
There were most people were in like some kind of like, I mean, like shitty like off the rack button down and the pants and stuff. But like that's
Sure.
good. Like you made an
Yeah.
effort. Other people showed up and
And sometimes that's all
legitimately
people can afford.
like a fishing shirt and cargo shorts.
Right.
Brother, get something else.
And I know your feet fucking stink.
Yeah.
Get off the flip flops.
Wearing
Put them in some nice dress shoes. Wash your butt and go to a wedding.
Wearing Birkenstocks with socks
Well, sometimes that's
wedding.
a look.
at a wedding.
Are they wearing cargo shorts, stocks, and socks?
Yes.
Okay, never mind.
Insane.
At a wedding, yeah, never mind.
Insane.
Holly, back to Dance Moms.
Yeah.
Holly says that Holly says that she hates to hear that the candy apples are going to be there because obviously Kathy brings out the worst in Abby, blah, blah, blah.
Abby's always on one.
The group number is called The Witches of East Canton because that's where the candy apples are from.
It's just so
And also we're going to be in Roanoke. So.
It's just so on the nose.
Like, yeah,
It's
the
not creative.
name dropping of East Canton, Ohio is not of the North, but
Yeah, that would
of
be better.
East Canton, and then like the candy apples address after it.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
With a picture of Kathy.
123 East Canton Drive. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so stupid. They bring out like a pinata of Kathy and like start beating it in the middle of the dance.
Yeah.
yeah. Maddie is, let's see. Maddie's gonna play Abby,
The Good Witch.
the Good Witch.
and
is-
a couple of people laugh when she
Yeah,
says, The
and
Good
then
Witch, me,
she's
obviously.
like, all the other ones are evil, channel your mothers. And they all kind of giggle. Kendall's getting a solo, and Chloe's getting a solo. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
Round 2.
Whew, my heart skipped a
Fight.
beat because I remember what we're talking about. They're battling again, and Abby says, who is going to be my go-to girl if Maddie gets a professional gig? Okay, we need to get into some 2010s lore. I am endlessly fascinated by the years 2011 to the pandemic, pretty much. 2010 to about that decade, the 2010s. Fascinated by, because there were so many insane cultural things that happened between 2010 and the pandemic. One of them was that Maddie Ziegler from Dance Moms was cast by Sia in Sia's music videos that kind of came out during this era. And I did some digging because this comment about because up until now it's been who's going to be my go-to girl if Maddie is sick or if Maddie is injured or something, like that. Now we're hearing who's going to be my go-to girl if Maddie is getting professional jobs. So then I started to think that it has something to do with Chandelier because that was the first music video of Sia's that Maddie filmed. The video came out in May of 2014. This episode came out in January of 2014. So I bet that was kind of in the works.
Yep.
And so it did have a real life
That's wild.
implication because it was about to happen. Yeah.
That's wild.
And then
Good sleuthing there.
Thank you. I'm telling you, I love the 2010s. They're so fascinating to me. You should, anyone who has the capability of reading, so anyone who's not a man, a straight man, I should say. Straight men are the ones who can't read.
Yeah, Jake's like, thank you.
And all the other gays that are listening.
Yeah.
There's a book that I have on my bookshelf over there that's called Everything I Need I Get From You. It is about, I mentioned it on an episode with Jake. What?
You have another book over there called How to Date Men When You Hate Men.
Yeah. I haven't read it yet.
Oh, shit. That's fun. Well, that's clear.
True. Anyway, the book is called Everything I Need I Get From You, how fangirls created the internet as we know it. And it's about fandom culture. It's about Tumblr, all these things. It's so good. It talks about the One Direction fandom. It's incredible.
I think
Please
you might
go
have
read
talked
it.
about this before.
I did. I talked about it on an episode with you and Jake because I read it about a year ago. I read it last October.
Got it.
It's so good. Anyway, Abby says, great outfit, Nia, because she's wearing all ALDC merch, which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then they start rehearsal. We cut to...
Yet another positive thing said towards Nia, yet she remains on the
She should have been on the
bottom.
top of the pyramid for that look alone.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
She's repping the brand
So
dog.
true. She's iced out in the ALDC merch. ALD's nuts.
You fucking lost it. You need to get out of the house.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I saw the intrusive thought happen. I saw it, and I saw you lose to it. Like, AL, and you tried to stop yourself.
I was battling in my brain, like, don't say it, don't say it. I have such a hard time with D's nuts jokes. Like, I think they're so funny. And I have said this to my sister before. She asked me one time where I bought a snack. And I was like, oh, I bought it from All D's Nuts. And my sister was like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. I was like, I'm so sorry. I just think those jokes are hilarious.
She didn't. What, did you not get the snack from Ligma, though?
I did not from or from Bofa either. Bofa D's Nuts.
You're a fan of Imagine Dragons by chance?
No.
Imagine Dragon D's Nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, no. There was a time at work. This was when I first started. I didn't really know my work friends like I do now. Where we were talking about someone that we were gonna have to pick up from the airport. His name was Joe. And no one knew who we were talking about except for, the admin team at the table. But, all of the, regular people were like, who are we talking about?
Joe Mama.
And my coworker was like, who is Joe? And I don't know how I did this, but I so deadpan was like, do you think it's, Joe Mama? and she did that in the staff meeting. And I was cover her mouth, grip onto the table. And she was like, oh, my God, that was so funny. Anyway, a your mom joke or a D's Nuts joke, it really,
because they're
so fucking stupid.
Yeah, they're so dumb and so overplayed. They were funny at first, and then they just dipped hard.
Yeah,
and we're just like, y'all, this is not funny. Stop. And we've gone so far down. We've come back around, and now they're funny again.
So all D's Nuts. It's just I can and now anytime me and my sister talk about Aldi, we just call it Aldi's Nuts.
Sure. Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? You know. Okay, anyway, we cut to the candy apples.
Boo.
And Cavi has a brand new team, of course.
I laughed out loud.
I did
too.
We
lost last time, so I've got all new people.
Team.
Where did I wish she would.
Is she killing off the kids?
Dude, that's what I'm wondering. What does she do with them?
What's going on, maybe?
Abby makes a public display of getting rid of children.
Yeah.
Kathy does it quietly and under the rug.
They just are injured forever.
All of them.
Always.
With the same injury.
And they can't be found. Their bodies. They're alive. Bodies can't be found. So she has a team of all dudes, or all dude assigned at birth, because some of these people are no longer dude identifying.
At this, yeah.
But she's got two new kids that are the Morales kids. They were viral internet dancers at the time, so she's really, plugging them, I guess. They're doing a jazz piece called Wild Party and says that they're gonna win. They're gonna deliver balloons to Abby when they win. And then, we're in Canton for maybe a minute, and then we're back to the Abby Lee Dance Company. It's and it's going to happen one more time. It is a blip of nothingness, and then we cut back to the...
That's Kathy in a nutshell.
Nuts. Yeah, true. Okay, Chloe is going to be, in her solo. Both she and Kendall will be
are
different
pop
eras.
Stars again.
Yes, and they're different eras of Miley Cyrus. And I'm not kidding. When I watched it, what?
Were they both Miley?
Mm-hmm. Kendall is they don't explicitly say it. They do say
I thought she was a different artist.
Say too close. They don't say anything to Kendall who she is. I have that in my notes later on that they didn't explicitly say it. Oh. But based on her outfit and based on the song, I think that she was doing Bangers era Miley. Because it was
Miley.
Neon. She had a sweatshirt on that said swag. I think we were doing that, but I could be wrong.
I thought there was
I could be projecting.
Someone write in and
let us know. Let us know why we're wrong.
Well, not we. I think it was someone else.
Let
Amanda know why she's wrong.
Okay, if you weren't around and didn't lock into pop music at this time, I am hand and knee begging you to re-listen or listen to for the first time the album by Miley Cyrus that's called Bangers. It is spelled Bangerz. It's the album that We Can't Stop is on.
It's so good, dude.
Dude.
They're all bangers.
Dude.
That's the thing.
Motherfucking bangers. That's how that song starts. It's so what it is. It's so 24. I'm not kidding. I remember where I was in the way that people remember that. I remember where I was when Miley Cyrus revealed that she had shaved off her hair and she was blonde. I was standing in my high school AP psychology class, and someone was looking at Twitter on their phone and went, oh, look, and showed it to me. And I remember being like, oh my God, she looks so cool. And everyone else being like, wow, she looks awful. She looks like a boy. The camera died, so I don't know how much of that got caught. I think almost all of it did. But anyway, I'm so excited to talk about Miley Cyrus. We were talking about where I was when she shaved off all of her hair. It is very like, I really started to pay attention to her and follow her as I was kind of picking at the loose ends of my fundamentalist Christianity. And
she is so not that.
She's so not that, and she was so like intentional about distancing herself from Disney at the time because she was wrapping up Hannah Montana, and just like seeing her so vehemently reject how she grew up gave me a little bit of confidence to be like, maybe how I grew up is also kind of odd. You know, I didn't do it nearly to the degree that she did.
All right.
Obviously, I'm also no one, but like seeing her do that let me do it a little bit in my life.
Hell yeah.
And Bangers is such a good ass album. It starts with a song called Adore You, which is a really like sweet like love song to her ex-husband Liam Hemsworth, and it's not what it's really bold of her to start the album with that song, because we all knew that was going to be the album that We Can't Stop was on, and that Wrecking Ball was on, and all these things, and it starts this very slow, very dreamy like love song, and then it gets into I remember there's a song, I don't think it's on that album, there's a song that she's on with Will I Am. The album is orange. I can see it right now. It's not one of her albums, but it's called Feeling Myself.
Okay.
I had to sing it for a second in my head, and
somebody that's listening was like screaming.
I know, it's Feeling Myself. I played that song in my college dorm when I went to a really fundamentalist Christian college. Played that song in my dorm, and my roommate told me to turn it off because it had too much swearing. It said goddamn too much.
What a dork.
I mean, actually, yeah. So anyway, I love Miley Cyrus, and I love this era. Like, I think people forget because she has kind of like moved on and out of the pop star era of her life. She's in a different era. People forget that she was the culture at the time, like in the 2010s. Party in the USA, Can't Be Tamed, We Can't Stop, Wrecking Ball, like all of these like huge hits. And she has said this before, like openly, this isn't a secret. She didn't make any money off of the Bangers tour on purpose. It was self-funded, and she wanted to prove to everyone that she could do something without the help of Disney. And she was like, I didn't want to make money. I didn't give a shit. I had made enough money from Disney. I wanted all the money to go back into the tour to just prove that I didn't need Disney to be famous. And like, I'm talented by myself.
Which obviously she is.
Obviously she is. I also remember the song 23 is on that album, on the Bangers album. And I remember it taking my iPod Touch in my grandma's bathroom at Christmas. And I mean, volume on 1. And like doing one of these in the bathroom and listening to that song and like watching the video and going like this, because I didn't want anybody to hear that I was listening to that kind of music, because it's super inappropriate for a child to be listening to.
You're so rebellious.
It was just like, I know, I was at the time. She's incredible. I watched her David Letterman special today. I've been listening to her Attention album. It's like, she's so fucking cool. I love her. Okay, anyway.
Chloe's being her.
Chloe's being her, and Abby says that she's not exactly wholesome. Miley Cyrus isn't. This was just a few months after the Wrecking Ball music video came out. I also clocked that. And I just have in all caps, damn it, I miss 2014 so bad. Where were you in your life in 2014?
I graduated college a couple years prior.
Oh, okay.
In 2012, I
You
graduated.
graduated college? I graduated high school.
Well, I finished
2014.
undergrad in 2012.
Sure. I graduated from high school in 2014. LOL, old. Putting the L in elderly, you know what I mean?
That's good.
Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you.
Even my old brain can understand that one.
Oh, good. Trying to dumb it down for you. Abby tells Chloe that she's MIA, missing in action. I don't know. Oh, wait. Abby tells her that she's missing in action? That doesn't... And I have a question mark after that. Okay, so she says something weird. Great. Abby tells both of them they're going to be like bad girl pop stars this week, which is weird because...
Wasn't MIA a pop star?
I don't know. Missing in action?
The city of Miami?
I don't know. Yeah, it is weird that the airport is MIA, huh? But it's interesting because last time that they were dueling against one another, they were Lady Gaga and Katy Perry, who were also not super wholesome at the time. So, and we don't explicitly hear who Kendall's going to be.
So, MIA is a pop star who was married to Diplo between 03 and 08. That's wild. The MIA discography. I feel like it's like Paper Planes or something like that is the... Sunshine. I wonder if yeah, Paper Planes. That's who it is. I'm fly like paper, get high like planes. You know, all right. I'm not singing it well, but that is it is a song that you 100
too youthful. The moms go upstairs. Christy says, "Oh look, Chloe's rehearsing first," like kind of ribbing Jill.
Yeah, that was funny.
And Jill was like, "Oh, did you ask if she could?" As a rib at Christy.
Yeah, and Christy
and
goes,
then Christy
no.
says, "No, I didn't." And then Jill says, "Christy, it's a joke."
Lighten up. I'm only joking.
And Holly, once again, is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And she says, it's getting a little tense in here. Like, thank you, Dr. Holly. So astute. Jill says that she's upset that the girls are being pit against each other again. And,
classic.
And obviously, Jill and Christy are just really, like, not having it with one another. They're over this. They're over each other. It's just too much.
Well, it's what Abby wants.
I know. Abby
exactly
wants the
wants.
divisiveness.
Ugh. If I didn't know better,
this is getting really annoying.
If I didn't know better, I'd say Abby's a producer because like she creates the drama so well. I feel like a lot of times the producers are like, "All right, guys, back to the drawing board. We're going to see how we can get these moms to fight, how there can be drama." And they walk into the building for work at like 7 a.m., barely have even opened their coffees, and Abby's screeching like, "Oh, we'll just let her do this.
Yeah,
this is
she
great.
can just actually do our job, maybe."
Yeah.
There are things in reality television and they're called story writers, I think, and they are the ones who decide who the villain is, who the beauty queen is, like, and that's a real job that people have with reality TV. So Abby could have been a story writer for this show. Who the hell knows? Let's see. We get maybe 30 seconds in Ohio once we come back from commercial. It's just a bunch of the dude at the time dancers spinning around and the girl, and she's slaying.
Dude at the time
and
dancers.
then we get back to Pennsylvania. It's so fucking quick. Jill is at the desk in the lobby with Abby, and she asks Abby if she has read Kendall's note, and she says no, which is so fucking mean. You could lie, maybe. And Jill says Kendall worked really hard on it.
Well, but she also could have said, "Yeah, I read it," and then Jill's like, "What did you think?"
Whatever. Or she could have just read it. You know what I mean? She could have also just done the thing.
A child tried to do something nice for Abby Lee Miller. There's no way she's acknowledging that.
So annoying. And then Jill's like, "Well, Kendall worked really hard on it." And Abby goes, "Oh, boo-hoo. Do you know how many nice things I get from kids?" And then Jill says it's really cruel and that Abby needs to rethink her style. That's so fucking mean, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, boo-hoo. Like, but she's an actual child.
Well, yeah.
That's just... Oof.
And when has that ever made a difference to Abby?
I said it last week, but it is true to me now that, like, we're now switching from theoretical supervillain to the Logan Roy moment of oinking on the floor from Succession that we talked about last week, where it's like, oh no, she's not, like, she's serious. This is how she actually is. She's not being hyperbolic. She's not playing a character. She's evil. For real.
to completely change pace for a second, I love when there's like little things that happen just like here, like visually, that the audio listeners can't. Like the example is you just kind of dropping your phone and going, whoa, just in the middle of a sentence.
Oh.
If someone's just listening to that, like you're talking, whoa, and then I'm talking, and there's no acknowledgement of
Drop
it.
my phone.
I love that so much. I just thought about that and I could not get it out of my head.
One of these days, potentially next week, we will be joined by another family member who takes the form of Rachel's dog named Iggy.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Body built like a fucking baked potato, bitch. And it snorts when she's sniffing, sounds like a pig. And so I have affectionately named her
Iggy the Piggy.
Iggy the Piggy, obviously. Because when she gets into things, she'll start like sniffing and literally oinking.
I mean, to be fair, I do the same thing. So
I mean, fair. And just like the thickest. And there's no shape. It's round. There's no like
round's a shape.
Oh, that's obviously the dog's shoulders, and that's obviously the dog's.
There's
it's
no
just
contour.
like
It's just
like
a blob.
oval. Like if you have like a 4-year-old draw a dog, it's just like oval, stick. That's Iggy's
Face.
body. Yeah, body
I'm
sponsored by Idaho
Baked
Potatoes.
potato.
Anyway, we get the group rehearsal. And I just had a moment where I thought we weren't recording the audio. Sorry.
Oh, that would have been a nightmare.
Like we did a couple weeks ago. Like I did a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's never happened. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
There's no record of it.
It's not like it's up on YouTube or anything. In the group rehearsal, Abby tells the team that it's going to be all boys from the Candy Apples.
And they're all like,
Yeah. And she tells the girls in the past that she and Maddie, she says Maddie and I have won against the Candy Apples.
dude,
It's a little suspicious, but okay.
It's not suspicious. It's insane.
It's sus, for sure. And then she says the others of them on the team are just coming along for the ride. And then Christy's like, who pissed in Abby's cornflakes, dude? Like,
Which is a great sentence.
oh, yeah. Oh, you know what else I heard that's a great sentence?
Who pissed in your cornflakes?
I was watching a documentary that about a true crime thing that happened kind of where we are.
What?
Where this was like a couple years ago. It was an inmate at a state prison, and he escaped with a jailer, and they were like on the run because they like
a
fell
person
in
who
love.
works at the jail. Oh, okay.
It was a jailer and an inmate.
Jailer,
Fell in
barely
love,
know her.
Fell in love, went on the run, and they ditched their car in Spring Hill, which is nearest to where we are. And then they kept going up into Indiana. But this was a couple years ago. But they start at Florence, Alabama. They start in the deep south.
Oh.
And someone in the documentary who's from that area says, I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling y'all that, listen, he wasn't playing with the full deck, if you know what I mean, which is an excellent way to call someone stupid.
Yeah.
A few bricks shy of a full load.
Oh, yeah.
Idiot. Or like, what was one I heard my coworker say the other day? One taco away from a combo deal. Like, which is like, what does that even mean? But he's not really playing with the full deck. Oh, that's amazing. That's a great way to call someone stupid.
That is good.
He's not playing with the full deck. Let's see. Oh, pissed in her cornflakes, yeah. We get some group rehearsal footage. Abby and her talking head is talking about how Maddie is her and the others are Kathy and the witch number. And Chrissy says that Abby's saying that she's like the good witch is like saying Hannibal Lecter say that he's Santa. Which I thought was really funny.
Santable Lecter.
Santable Lecter. Jill is really mad, of course, that the other moms don't want to join in with her anger, and the other moms are like, shut up, maybe.
Yeah.
And Kelly says at her talking head that she is mad, and that even after all this BS that Jill has put the team through, that Kendall keeps getting solos. That's a great point. She's like,
Yep.
Jill is up here starting fights, and Kendall keeps getting solos. I'm, on purpose, haven't been starting any fights for 4 episodes, and my kids keep getting the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah, Jill would always complain, well, we always do what we're supposed to, and Kendall never gets any special parts.
Well,
now she's getting exclusively special parts.
And you're still being an asshole.
Yeah, so maybe it wasn't about the special part in the beginning.
Exactly.
Jill.
Abby asked the girls who went home and rehearsed their, like, role, like, okay, put your hands up if you went home and rehearsed. And only a few of them kind of give
Just,
them
like,
one of these.
barely
They just,
put their hands, just like, oh.
And Abby starts screaming at them for saying that they're lazy slugs for not putting their hands up all the way.
That is a direct quote also. She's like, this is how you raise your hand.
Get your head out of your butt and wake up.
Ask me a question like that.
Do you want $1 million?
And she's like, yes, I do. Yes.
She says, get your head out of your butt and wake up.
That's so much, Abby.
And then we get a commercial.
Golly.
And then we come back, and the group rehearsal footage is like, that's what we're seeing. Abby is screaming. Great. Love that for us. We get the last day of rehearsal before they leave for the competition, and Chrissy's like, I don't really love this number. The other moms don't either, and they said it kind of looks like a mess.
Yeah, Jill says it's not a masterpiece, as though Abby is like a Renaissance
like it's ever
artist.
been a masterpiece.
Yeah, Jill.
Yeah, like come on. It's the masterpiece in the room with us. Like, come on, Jill.
In Chloe's solo rehearsal just after that, Abby is giving her what I can't even call it feedback, honestly, because she yells the words attitude and then pauses for a couple seconds as Chloe keeps dancing and then yells Miley Cyrus. She goes, attitude! Miley Cyrus!
Me.
Like, what the...
That's
what
all
is,
it is in my head all day.
What?
Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's she supposed to do with that?
I don't know, but the track in the background, we'll hear it again when she performs. It is so knockoff Wrecking Ball. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's royalty-free Wrecking Ball for sure. Chrissy says that she kind of likes the first half of what she's saying, you know. Kendall's solo is that's what we see next. It's way different in vibe. It has more energy. Jill says that it's really busy. Kendall is also Miley Cyrus, ? I still don't know who Kendall is supposed to be.
I don't think she's Miley Cyrus.
Last time it was, you're Lady Gaga, you're Katy Perry. Chloe's Miley Cyrus. Kendall is, they're supposed to be doing pop stars. Who's Kendall?
I thought they were both different bad girls.
But who is Kendall?
I don't remember.
I don't think they say it, is what I'm saying.
I think they did.
Who is it?
I don't know. My notes got deleted.
No, I don't think they said it. I think it was just open. And then Jill says that she doesn't think it's a great number, and she says she doesn't think that Kendall is gonna beat Chloe.
Yeah, she's
because
excuses.
Chloe's number is very beautiful and lyrical, and Kendall's is very busy and weird. Kendall starts to look a little flustered in her routine, like she's getting a little overwhelmed, and Jill says that she's picking up on some of the stress. And she says, I feel my baby girl's pain. And I was like, if that's not me and Eli, I don't know what is. I was like, I feel that every time Eli has a bad day, I'm up in the Lido deck like, I feel my baby girl's pain. Kendall goes into the den.
Thanks,
and then
man.
You're welcome. Kendall goes into the den and she kind of starts to have a panic attack. She can't breathe.
Her face
She's
is
getting really sweaty.
red.
Yeah.
And then, Jill comes out and kind of calms her down. And then Kendall says, I quote, I don't want to do it anymore.
But we don't know what that means. Do rehearsal, do dancing.
This number specifically?
Do the TV show, and we don't get any follow-up to that.
It's meant to look very dramatic.
Yeah, they put it in the coming up on Dance Moms this
I don't
week.
want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Commercial.
Yeah. We come back, we're at the competition with the screaming fans, and Kathy sees the ALD's nuts as they're walking in. Go ahead. Kathy asks how the auditions are going with the open call, and Chrissy makes some sort of snippy comment, and then Kathy calls her a chihuahua.
Which I loved.
Did you hear that I said ALD's nuts?
I did.
And you didn't laugh?
You've said it a couple times.
Fuck you, dude.
Right.
Your jokes are never funny, even when you only say them once. So I repeat a funny joke and don't get a laugh. That's crazy, maybe.
No, I was going to say, when we arrive at the competition, there's still 25 minutes left in the episode, and I am worried.
Know. I saw that too.
Worried.
That's why the pyramid was going so fast.
Yeah, seriously.
Chloe comes out with her costume, and it's very elegant. It's very beautiful. It's rhinestoned and a cream color with the frilled tutu. It's very beautiful. Kendall's costume is butt ass ugly. It looks terrible. It's neon tights. It is a t-shirt that says swag and a neon headband. It's like what you would wear to band camp for the neon day.
Yeah.
It's ugly.
Jill literally tells Kendall, well, your costume kind of sucks, but do your best anyway.
Yeah, Abby's like, stay focused. That's why I think that they're the two different eras of Miley. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Kendall goes first. There's no way she's going to beat Chloe. The song is actually not fast. It's very weirdly slow. Jill says that it's really busy. I think what she means is that
the dance is busy.
The dance is busy, but the song is really slow. They don't really match up. It's weird.
Sure.
I don't like it. And then the Candy Apple's mom, they're sitting behind the ALDC moms.
Yeah, Jill immediately turns around.
Well, the Candy Apple's mom kind of starts it. Kathy says, oh, she looks the same as she did when she started dancing with me. And then at the end of Kendall's dance, Jill turns around.
And she's like, why are you so rude in the theater? And then Kathy's like, why don't you just turn around and shut your mouth?
Shut your mouth from a Southern mom, or from any mom really, is so brutal for no reason. Telling someone to shut the fuck up is not as mean as saying shut your mouth.
Yeah. As you're telling me what to do with my body?
You shut your mouth. Terrifying.
I'll open my mouth. Wait.
I will not. You would for a mom. Chloe goes next. Christy's recording her like this. Like this. And on the back of her phone case is a picture of Chloe.
Hell
I'm dead. Like, she has got from whatever company at the time.
Yep.
And it says in cursive Chloe on the side. Picture Chloe on the back.
Number
I'm
one
like,
fan.
where do you get that phone case? I want it. There's a lot of added in applause, like canned applause, while she's dancing, which is really funny to me because it's so obvious.
Yeah.
And Abby's like, I'm going to let the judges decide who was better. Okay.
Right.
As you should, maybe. As that makes sense, maybe.
Yeah, as I thought you were doing this entire time.
Yeah. She's like, don't worry, guys. I'm going to be fair this week. Okay, well, you shouldn't have to make that disclaimer. You should just be that way.
Yeah, whenever someone asks, Eli, can I be honest with you? Like,
I know you hate that shit. I say that to you all the time, and you're like, what, are you lying to me
have
normally?
you not been honest with me this whole time?
Kathy says that Abby doesn't know what's going to happen with her team. She's like, they don't even know. They don't even know what's coming at them. Group performance time. Candy Apples goes first with their 1920s number. I thought it was very strong. I have in my notes it's not looking good for the ALDC because they're doing lots of tricks and turns. It's very fun. It's very high energy. And it feels like a dance that I would see like grown adults doing in terms of how hard it is and like the theme because it's like all about partying and whatever. But then after that performance happens, we go to the Abby Lee green room, the ALDC green room. I know. I'm trying really hard not to say ALD's nuts. I'm really struggling here.
And Abby says, I want to be like Vince Lombardi, who's an all-time football coach for the Green Bay Packers.
Another Vince Lombardi. That's Nicki Minaj.
Or for the Jets, sorry. But anyway, he was a football coach who used to like get people pumped up. And she says, I want to be like Vince Lombardi and pump you up and tell you to go win. But I'll just say that sometimes your best isn't good enough anymore.
She says, I'm going to say something and I'm not hurting your feelings. Just man up.
That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Insane. Yeah. That would break a football player, these big, tough, grown men.
Are you kidding?
Who are like, I'm addicted to blood and pain. Like, that would hurt their feelings. And you're saying this to, like, children.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
About dance.
Yeah, it's Abby. It's dance.
Abby, it's not that serious, actually, maybe. Maybe it's never been that serious, because it's just dance.
Plot twist, calm the fuck down.
Maybe that's enough. I don't think that this is the time to be telling these things to the girls right before they go out on stage, but whatever.
Oh, you don't think so?
I don't. Abby tells Maddie that she has carried these group numbers.
She's whispering to her in the corner
as she's
about
like fixing
this.
her little headpiece.
Oh,
like,
my God.
I'm looking for a whole team that's better than this for you.
Don't worry. I will find better girls for you.
Bruh, why are you telling Maddie this? Like, why don't you just think it and maybe keep this thought upstairs? Like, why would you say that to the kid's face? They don't need to hear that. That's not on, like... She doesn't need to hear it, and she doesn't care. You're the adult.
No.
Like, shut up. Stop putting this on kids. And she says the Maddie who has given up all her school friends and the Maddie who's at the studio at 9:30 a.m., like, it just hurt, dude, to hear her be like, I'm looking to reward the Maddie who gave up all of her friends and the Maddie who's at the studio every morning. Like, I just really hated it a lot.
It's so creepy.
We get a commercial, and then when we come back, they're walking to the stage to do their group number.
Abby mentions in a talking head that the Crab Apples had their best routine yet.
Yeah.
We're really counting on Maddie here.
Yeah.
Then the ALD's Nuts girls do the, like a cute little, like, pump. I've really got you there, huh? You were not expecting it.
No, I wasn't. Because you said it wasn't funny.
They do it, right. That's my job. You're the funny one.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were saying that your job is to be funny. I was
No,
like, since when?
mine's to be dumb. Yours is to be funny.
We're funny and
What?
honey and fought.
Honey and fought. That's right.
Yeah.
The girls do like this cute little pump up thing backstage, and they kind of mess it up, and it's fun and cute.
Yeah. Their number's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. They were talking mad shit on it, and it really wasn't that bad.
I again didn't watch any of the numbers.
It wasn't that bad. Melissa says that she's got goosebumps. Of course she does. Melissa has goosebumps every time they dance.
She sobs every time one of her kids dances.
And the girls are kind of like freaking out in the back because of how good they did, and it's like very sweet. Okay, we get the award time. I still don't understand what makes this standoff between Kendall and Chloe any different than the other. I don't know why it's now all of a sudden so important. It was also important last time, but like whatever, I guess. I don't know.
I think it's the second time. It's like double or nothing.
Stupid. Kendall gets second and Chloe gets first.
I'm
kind of shocked
Jill.
that Kendall gets second. I didn't think she was that good.
I don't know. All I know is that eat a dick, Jill.
And then Chrissy says, okay, now Chloe's beaten Kendall twice.
Yeah.
So maybe shut up, Jill.
2-0.
And then Holly is nervous about the group results. And then she says something really educated. I didn't write it down. I just wrote down it says something educated. Candy Apples gets second place, and I am shocked. And Abby is literally hyena cackling, laughing.
Yeah. Oh, she was dying.
And then the Candy Apples get up before that the ALDC wins.
Like, I don't want to watch them. Yeah.
Honestly, smart. Get out before someone starts a fight. Like, you feel the fight a brewing, get the hell out of Dodge.
Kathy literally says, we're leaving before Abby can gloat.
Yeah, and the mom started acting a fool, obviously.
And then Abby in her talking head says, I wasn't expecting that. Kathy is a wicked witch, and the house fell on you.
Slay, I guess.
Way to go, Abby. That's a Kathy line is what that is.
Yeah, true.
Actually, Kathy would have said, you're a witch, Abby, and the house...
You're the witch and the house.
You're under the house like the witch in the movie. Nailed it.
Yeah.
My earrings are too big.
Yeah, so true. The Candy Apples regroup, and Blake is really confused about how they lost. I am too. I don't know how they lost either.
He just says hello.
Sorry, keep going.
He says to Kathy that like there's not really much I could do there.
It's like the politics of judging.
Yeah, the moms kind of point that out. Kathy tells Blake like you're up against a persona. It's not just the quality of dance against the quality of dance. You're up against a persona.
The business of dance moms.
That is
like
accurate.
Machine. Yeah, true.
Yep. Then Kathy says one of the most insane things of all time because she's like the judges like need to be stroked, is what she says. She's like,
I hate when people say that.
The judges need to be stroked, and I was like,
I hate when people say that. Someone needs to have their ego
come
stroked.
again.
Yeah. No. Yes. I hate when people say that about someone's ego, that you have to they need to be stroked. Like
stroke their ego.
Just shut up. That's so annoying.
Use any other word. Any other word.
Yeah, or just say literally anything else. That phrase is so stupid.
Yeah.
The ALDC moms are in the green room, and they're freaking out and having a great time. Abby's talking to the moms, and she's like not yelling really. And Jill again says that she's worried about Kendall getting replaced.
Yeah,
no shit.
Yeah, Jill, I just don't care. I will say about the stroking thing, which is a crazy way to start a sentence.
Insane sentence. Keep going, I guess.
But right after that, Kathy literally says, "It's a little more than I can swallow."
Yikes.
Those were back-to-back sentences.
Oof, God,
yeah,
that's really rough.
And then she says it's a false honor, and then there's this incredible.
That could also kind of go hand in hand for you, huh?
False honor.
Yeah.
Hold on. Have you heard that toast? Where I don't want to say it on the podcast. It's really vulgar. But it's to love.
We can talk about it later.
To love and to honor.
I'm scared.
I'm not going to finish it because it's insane.
Okay.
But if you know the toast, to love and to honor, and there's another line after that. Anyway,
I'm scared.
But Kathy says it's a little more than I can swallow. It's a false honor, and then there's this really good jump cut from like it's a false honor, and then immediately it's the green room of ALDC, and they're all just going nuts like, yeah, we're the best. It's awesome.
Abby says in her talking head that Chloe is her second place dancer for now. Great. Holly asks if she's going to keep having these open calls, and Abby says yes. And she says, I want 7 Maddies on my team, and that's what I'm going to get, bitch. She doesn't say bitch, but she might as well.
Yeah, she might as well have. She also says the world has changed. It's not just dance school anymore. Yeah, it is.
Also, when was it ever dance school? When were you, like, I don't know if I could call this dance school.
Yeah, it's so dumb. And then Holly brings up, she very out of character brings up, she's like, how do you think that it's properly motivating to tell the kids all the time that you're replacing them?
Hey.
Abby's like, I just need kids to be better. And Holly's like, uh-huh. And how does this accomplish that?
Dr. Holly sips tea, drinks tea, and is educated.
Yup.
This is her doing both of those things.
And then the episode ends.
Yep. Do you have any other thoughts about the episode before we talk about songs of the week?
I'm exhausted is what I think.
Yeah.
Do you have something particular? It's just, it always feels like, I'm in kind of a fever dream when I watch these episodes because it sometimes it feels like you're being torn in so many different directions, and then it just stops for a second. Like you've the world has frozen around you, and you're just like, what's even going on? And then someone like punches you in the face and runs away, and that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
It's always so jarring. It's so weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also feeling like we're getting desensitized to it sometimes, too.
Can tell that. Yeah, absolutely.
Where it's like, oh no, now it's getting bad. When we're into season 4, no, bitch, it's been bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that we're ramping up a little bit more. But it's been bad.
Yes.
You know, all the things stacked together are still bad things.
Also, I want to play this. This is not going to be my song, but I want to play the song Paper Planes for you. So can you help me remember? Or can we just cut this part real quick?
We can do it later because I want to play you my song of the week after. So we can just do swaps.
Dope.
What's your song of the week?
My song of the week is Love Fool by the Cardigans.
Do I know that song?
You do. I'll play it for you afterwards. You know,
I don't know that
it's
song.
Older.
Okay.
But yeah, Love
Any
Fool.
reason or just you just like
Love.
that song?
I just like that song.
Slay. How do you pick your songs of the week?
I hear a song that I like, and I'm like, yeah, that one.
You don't pick it on based on like what
Vibes,
songs you've been listening
what else is
to.
going on.
No, like what else you've been listening to like
bumping
over the
this
course of
one.
the week.
Nope.
You just pick a good song from the ether and are like, it's this one maybe.
Well, I'll like hear it at some point and be like, ooh, yeah, this one's like hit me right now. Like I just really am like digging this vibe at this very moment, and that's my song.
Nice. My song of the week, I have 2 of them. You have to put them both on.
Oh my gosh, you're so greedy.
In honor of Miley Cyrus, I want you to put on both versions of We Can't Stop, the version from the album and the version that is live at the iHeartRadio Fest in Los Angeles in 2022, I believe is when that happened. Dear listener, if you are a freak like me and you want to listen to live albums, go listen to Attention. It's Miley Cyrus's live album. It's just a picture of her butt on the cover. Please listen to it from the very beginning to the very end. It is so fucking good. She is the talent of our generation. I love her. But she has this version of We Can't Stop from Bangers, which is like a great song. But then from the live version of the album, she crosses it over with the song Where Is My Mind? And then it goes back into We Can't Stop. It's phenomenal. And then listen to that album, and then email me, and let's talk about how much we love Miley Cyrus. Because I love her. She's my favorite.
We Can't Stop.
The regular version and the butt version.
Should I just put it's just a butt?
We can't stop. Mm-hmm.
I don't see a butt. Oh, I do. Here we go.
Ooh,
yeah, I remember you showed me that, and it was awesome.
Can't you see it's we hope about that life?
We can't stop.
Me in marching band at the age of 15, I've never done literally anything that could be considered sinful ever. I'm like, damn, that's my song.
Yeah, I really relate to that.
Yeah. She's talking about in the club high on perp with some shades on. I'm like, literally me. I like, don't know what perp is. I've never done a drug or alcohol. And I'm like, damn, that's my shit.
Yeah. Really vibing at this one.
Yeah, like I love this song.
Dang,
that's it. Follow us on Instagram if you feel like it. Our group Instagram is @thepyramidpod. I never post on there, but there it is.
I'll check the DMs once everyone.
True.
Like, once in a blue moon.
Yeah, if you're getting a response in the DMs, it's Eli. It's not me, I promise. That's not true. One time I responded to someone and I said, me, in parentheses, Amanda. But it's probably Eli. My personal Instagram that I also never post on is @notamandab_.
I'm @Eli_farmer_. Also, if you just like want to send us an email, a lot of people write like kind of long emails and stuff, and it's awesome. If you just want to like slide in the DMs and just be like, "Here's my pyramid, love the show," or whatever.
Yeah.
Do all that shit. Here's a song I've been bumping.
Yeah,
yes, let us.
Yeah.
We'll
want
do that.
to interact. We want to know you. We want to know and be known.
We want to see your soul.
It's true. I have to pee so bad.
How bad?
So bad.
So bad.
You know how much I am thankful for them listening?
So much.
Yeah. You ready for the outro?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.
Good night, Alyssa. Goodbye!
Good night, Alyssa.
All right, I gotta play you this song.
Because we can't stop.
No, not that one.
And we won't stop.